Okay, so today we're going to review proportions a little bit and then talk about how to solve them cross products. Um, proportions actually are an equation. So you probably have solved them using unit rates or undoing division, but I really want to look at solving them using the cross products because it's really like solving an equation. Okay, so just a refresher that a proportion is a set of two equal ratios. And usually we know three things and we want to find out the fourth. So we have Mike can eat 21 hot dogs in 6 minutes. That is my ratio right here, the 21 hot dogs in 6 minutes. So notice on this side, I am making my ratio. They go on it's two different labels. Those are our two different variables. And it stays on the same side of the equal sign because that's my ratio. It's like my rate or my speed. This is a speed, 21 hot dogs in 6 minutes. So then and notice that I put the labels with the dogs and with the minutes. Doesn't matter. I could put the hot dogs on top or on the bottom. It really doesn't matter. But when I get to the other side, the reason I use my labels is because if my dogs are on top on the left side, they have to be on the top on the right side as well. So you want to make sure that you're lining that up. So setting up my proportion is half the problem, right? So then it says how many minutes. So that's the thing I don't know. So I'm going to put it as an X. Will it take him to eat 35 hot dogs? So I'm going to put that here. So the method we're going to use to solve it is called cross products. And notice I'm putting my diagonal lines because those are the numbers that I'm going to multiply. So I'm going to take 21 times X and 35 times 6. So I'm just going to put that on. So 21 times X is one of them. And the other one is 35 times 6. And I'm going to set those equal to each other. So here's one of them, and here's the other. And because it's a proportion, we're saying that these two are going to be equal to each other. And then we do the work. Well, 21 times X, I can write that as 21X. And 35 times 6, when I do that on a calculator, is the same as 210. Okay? So my next step is to actually multiply it out. And I'm going to make these just a little smaller so we have a little more room. So now I have 21X is equal to 210. And when we're doing cross products right now, you should start to be thinking of a tile mat. And on the left side, I have 21X tiles. And on the right side, I have 210 unit tiles. So if I want to figure out how much each X is worth, well, if I have 21 of them and I figure out what one of them is, then I'm going to divide both sides by 21. And I get X is equal to 10. And then I have to make sure that I put my labels right. Okay. So 10 is my answer, but it takes me 10 minutes to eat 35 hot dogs, or Mike, I should say. So make sure you put your labels on it. And then I like to see, is that reasonable? Well, if it took him 6 minutes to eat 21 hot dogs, it should take more time, and it does take 10 minutes to do 35 hot dogs. If I doubled this, that's 42. That's more than 35. And 6 doubled is 12. That's more than 10. So it seems reasonable, okay? If I were to do the next one, we have Sam leaves 6 loaves of elf bread used 6 loaves of elf breads on an 8-day hiking trail, wants to know how many loaves of elf bread packed for 12 days. So my proportion is going to be 6 loaves. And on the bottom or top, doesn't matter, is going to be 8 days. Those are the two things that I'm comparing. So when I'm making my proportion, I'm looking for the things that have two different labels. So I have my 6 loaves and my 8 days. And this is one that you can try. So 6 loaves, 8 days. You fill in the other side. I will tell you that the answer comes out to be